When empaths retaliate and no longer being in the service of the narcissist, this is what happens. In today's video, we'll talk about how empaths react to narcissists when they finally reach the point of being enough. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude for your attention. If this is your first time on the channel, please feel free to introduce yourself in the comment section below. And if you're a regular viewer of this channel, I'm glad to see you back. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I have to say. When new videos are released, make sure you've subscribed and click the bell icon. Let's begin. Enough is enough for an empath who has learned to discriminate between the truth and lies and has developed an understanding of narcissistic tendencies. An empathic supernova is a typical term for this type of explosion. After years of narcissistic abuse, the weaponized or super empath is excellent at replicating the narcissist, utilizing the same narcissistic tendencies to give the narcissist a taste of their own medicine. When the narcissist gets their own medicine, they're outraged. After all, narcissists always have a double-standard life. Empaths will eventually find the courage to walk away from their abusers and stay away from them if their boundaries have been regularly violated. They lose their patience when they've been tortured to the point of weariness. 1. The empath will lose their tempers. Empaths are known for their calm demeanor and their ability to hold their emotions under check. They're the kind of folks who think about how others try to get their attention. When someone tries to bother them, they take it in stride. However, empaths will eventually explode and lose control of their rage when they reach their limit. It may appear that empaths are unperturbed by the problems, issues, and rants of others. Still, they are simply engaged in internal conflict and struggle. Patience for the proper moment may seem limitless to empaths, but it is not. We all have our limits. How many times have you seen an empath lose their cool? Depending on the person, each empath may respond differently when they lose their tempers. 2. Empaths will become the narcissist's narcissist. By mimicking their abusers, empaths retaliate against their tormentors for all the pain and suffering they've endured. When the narcissist sees themselves in the empath, they can't help but stare at them. Because of their double-standard behavior, narcissists tolerate abuse of others, but become enraged when others do the same to them. You can expect these abusive people to become upset if you taunt, humiliate, or challenge them. Empaths aren't necessarily violent and aggressive when they've reached their breaking point, as is the case with most people, because they are only human after all. Empaths aren't above making mistakes. If you've been harmed, it's natural that you'll want to get to the bottom of what happened. 3. Empaths will lessen their sensitivity to the world around them. Empaths are extremely sensitive and aware of the potential ramifications of their words and actions. They're constantly concerned with the psychological and emotional well-being of others around them. If an empath reaches his or her limit, he or she will temporarily go numb and lose empathy. What will you do if you've always been careful not to offend others, only to be insulted by them? You will, without a doubt, blow up in a few seconds. Emotional absorbers and feelers, empaths have long been known. However, what about the other people? What about the narcissist, who is able and willing to feel and listen to the empath? Empaths are going emotionally numb as a result of the abuse they have endured. 4. Empaths tend to turn caustic and bitter as a result of their experiences with the narcissist. People that are empaths are naturally kind, empathetic, and loving. Empaths become sarcastic in dealing with their abusers because they have become accustomed to their abuser's brutality. They will make fun of their abuser's inflated ego in order to deflate it. It was only after being subjected to a barrage of gaslighting and other sorts of narcissistic abuse that the empath's sweetness is now gone. Empaths will still act nice to those who care about them, but to the narcissist, not a chance. Well, let me know what you think about this topic by leaving a comment below. I'd like to warn others not to mess with empaths because they can burst emotionally as well. Allowing empaths to be appreciated for their kindness, compassion, and patience instead of abusing them is a good thing. If you have an empath in your life, you better cherish them, truly. 5. Empaths will begin to distance themselves from the narcissist. Empaths have a generous nature. Helping others, whether they are humans or animals, is a moral obligation for them. Sadly, some people take advantage of the generosity of empaths for their own gain. When they had enough of being assaulted, empaths will fold their hands and tuck them away in their pockets. Think of yourself as the sole giver and nurturer in a relationship. On a plane with your lover, they never give you anything. If your spouse doesn't reciprocate, you're going to want to express your frustration eventually. If you're an empath, you know you're not being demanding. Instead, you believe that a healthy connection includes mutual giving and receiving. A successful relationship is one in which the needs of both partners are met. A narcissist, someone who is obsessed with themselves, will never be the person you want in your life. There is nothing wrong with giving, but you must be conscious of your resources and learn to set proper boundaries to avoid people from abusing your generosity. 6. Empaths will stop trying to understand the narcissist as they remove their rose-colored glasses. Empaths have a strong understanding of human characteristics. They like observing and learning about the broad range of individuals they come into contact with on a regular basis. Because of their observant nature, they will strive to decipher other people's thoughts and nonverbal cues. To form their opinions, empaths go beyond what they see or hear. You can get to know someone's soul and heart completely if you're an empath. Although empaths may grasp other people's characteristics to a certain extent, there are limits. Long-term fatigue comes from doing nothing but absorbing, analyzing, and rationalizing the flaws of others. The minds of empaths, which are always open, are suddenly sealed off from comprehension that the narcissist simply doesn't change. They can't help but lose empathy for the narcissist after all the wrongdoing they've seen and experienced. 7. Empaths won't even care about the narcissist's feelings anymore. Empaths are like emotional sponges who constantly absorb the emotion of others. As a result, they rarely pay attention to their own emotions. However, due to this series of experiences, everything and everyone around them will become irrelevant. When empaths try to better their mental health, they prioritize their feelings over others. After all, they were burdened by the negative influence, abuse, and tension of others. This is not that the empath has become apathetic. In fact, empaths become more sensitive about their feelings, which others find difficult to grasp. In order to alleviate their own pain, empaths learn to prioritize their own needs over the needs of others. I sincerely hope that this information was helpful to you. Please accept my sincere thanks for taking the time to view and, more importantly, hear what I have to say. Please feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the section provided below. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell icon if you don't want to miss any future videos on this channel. Thank you.